The following is an exclusive presentation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the AHSAA Radio Network.
Won their 5th straight state championship and their 13th overall.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, Luke Robinson, as always, and do appreciate your being with us today. We're going to have Kamarri Darrington on from the Montgomery Advertiser. He will be here to talk about Montgomery area football and how it's making a comeback now. We're also going to have Randy Lee on with the AHSAA Radio Network. He's going to be here to discuss all things AHSAA, and Randy is also the color analyst for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. He'll talk a little bit about the game they had last week against Oxford. Of course, Oxford, one of the more highly ranked and highly decorated teams in 6A this year, and they have several talented players, most of them underclassmen on that team, so they're going to be good for a while. We'll talk to Randy about all of that. We'll be back in just a minute with more of Inside the AHSAA.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola gonna give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste! 0 calories!
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state, and the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. I want to welcome in now Kamarri Darrington from the Montgomery Advertiser. He covers a lot of high school sports for the Montgomery area. Kamarri, how are you today?
Doing well. How How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Thanks so much for being with us. You know, one thing we've been talking about with the AHSAA Radio Network for some time now is when is Montgomery going to have that resurgence in football? I think that is upon us now as so many teams have really improved in the Montgomery area.
That's true. I mean, you look at especially Lanier, what they've been able to do this season and last season, going through a complete transformation from going from a team that could barely win 1 or 2 games a season to a team now that is contending for a region championship. And you also have Park Crossing, a team that has come in its 4th season of football and has been has kind of become the standard in Montgomery since coming in 4 years ago. And then, of course, you got Lee and Jeff Davis always have had good seasons in the last couple of years. And then Carver has kind of dipped down a little bit, but still a team that has been able to make the playoffs in these last couple of years.
Okay, and what about Carver? Let's go back to them just for a second, because you talk about standards. They used to be the standard in the Montgomery area. What is going on right now, and what will it take for them to get turned around, because they're not having the best season right now?
They're not. A lot of things. First of all, they have a new coach this season, Willie Spears, who is coming from Florida, and the team is pretty young. The team that they have right now is pretty young. I think a lot of what's happened is Park Crossing has come in and has taken a little bit of that talent that maybe might have been at Carver or may have been in Carver, and has kind of dispersed the rest of the talent throughout the city. I also think it has been the improvement of the other schools, for example, Lanier and Park Crossing as well. So I think right now for Carver, for it to be able to turn it around, right now, especially this season, the defense has really played well. All things considered, the defense has played well. It's just the offense hasn't been able to catch up yet. And I think a lot of it has to do with the new system. Maybe the players are still trying to get used to running the system. But I think right now, Carver, it's about really just about numbers and the fact that some of the talent level that it had over the years is just not there at this point. And so it's going to take a lot of things to happen, the team to get a little bit more experience before we can see another run by Carver.
James Foster and Cam Taylor at Sidney Lanier and Park Crossing, respectively. Those are two of the more dynamic players in the state. Do you think they're getting enough attention on the recruiting circuit?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously both of them have committed to Missouri, and so I think the fact that they're both committed and they've kind of almost taken themselves out of the recruiting situation right now. But I think just from a statewide level, maybe people haven't really seen them play yet, and I think once they see these two guys play, it'll help them out a little bit more. But when you look at these performances that they've both had this year, I mean, Cam Taylor came out the first game, had 6 total touchdowns. Foster's had multiple games with 3 or more total touchdowns. So I think you're starting to see a little bit more notoriety. Like I said, with the improvement of these schools and the improvement of these teams, you're getting to see these guys a little bit more. But I just think from a recruiting level, I think they wanted to go ahead and get the commitment out of the way and just kind of focus on the season. So I think by design, I think that's how they wanted it to be. They didn't want to really be in the spotlight. Although the Missouri head coach and offensive coordinator were at the game, was at Lanier's game on Friday. So Missouri isn't too far behind, too far off as far as looking at these two guys.
Of all the Montgomery area schools in any classification, which one, in your opinion, has the best shot at winning a state championship?
Boy, I mean, it's difficult because you've got four really solid teams. Right now, if I were looking at it, I would probably say Lanier, only because I think it's the most complete team out of the 5 schools. But Lanier's got to prove it in the playoffs yet. They haven't been able to win in the playoffs the last couple of years, although it's made it. And I think that's another reason why this Lanier team isn't getting a lot of respect around the state, because the last 2 years it hasn't been able to win in the playoffs. And last season it didn't beat a team with a winning record. So this year they've already beaten 2 teams with winning records and starting 6-0 for the first time since 2000. But I think Marvin Cunningham has really brought this team together, has kept this program together when there was so much turmoil in the spring of last year. And really through 7-on-7, I think they've learned how to win games, and it's carried over into the season. So right now, of course, the Linear Park Crossing play in a couple of weeks. I think the winner of that game would probably get that mantle. But right now, if I had to take a look at all 5 teams, I would probably say Lanier has the best chance of winning the state championship.
Well, hopefully one of those Montgomery area teams will make their way to Bryant-Denny Stadium, and we'll get to call that game. Hopefully I'll get to meet up with you there, Kamarri, and appreciate your time today.
I really appreciate it. Hope to see you there.
That was Kamarri Darrington with the Montgomery Advertiser. He does a fantastic job. Go check him out at montgomeryadvertiser.com. You can read several of his stories. He does a fantastic job. We'll be back in just a minute with more of Inside the AHSAA.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More
to come.
More Wilson.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Take a knee. Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give a real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero. Real Coke taste.
0 calories.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore Rehabilitation.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world, where families discover nurses and doctors as excellent as any in the state, and the embrace of world-class care is as close to home as a trip to the grocery store, where the continuity of care isn't lost in exhausting miles of road, but just down the street. We are Russell Medical, and this is our corner of the world.
Welcome back into Inside the AHSAA. Thank you so much for being with us today. We really do appreciate it. I want to welcome in now my good friend Randy Lee. He is, of course, with the AHSAA Radio Network, one of the founders of that network, and also the color man for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. Randy, how are you today?
Glad to be on here with you, Luke, and enjoying Inside the AHSAA, and hope that a lot of you are. If you're out there and you're listening, we want to highlight kids and schools in your community, so please reach out to us. Let us know of good stories that are going on, and we'll definitely reach out to them and see if we can get them on this program.
Yeah, number one, we could get them on this program, Randy. There's no doubt about it. Also, there's some other programming that we all take part in. One of the programs being Sports Blitz Live, where we have a lot of players of the week from all corners of the state of Alabama, and talk about how people could recommend players for a player of the week in that regard, maybe through our social media outlets.
Yeah, the beauty of everything that we do out there now, Luke, is you can find us through those social media outlets. You can respond to us that way or comment to us that way. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, just about anything that you would expect us to be on that we are, and that's sports with a Z. So Sports Blitz has been a program that we've had around for over 10 years now. We enjoy covering Auburn, Alabama football and the other college and pro markets that are of interest here in the state of Alabama. But the one thing that we like to separate ourselves with is the high school segments that we do. And we know that not many of our competitors are out there talking much about high school sports. That's the one thing that we really love and we enjoy doing with our AHSAA Radio Network. So like you said, Luke, sometimes we're able to pick the papers up and we're able to hear from some people on unique stories that are going on out there. But it's those individuals that are immersed in sports in each community that know more than we do. So we'd like to lean on you to pass those along, pass those our way. And we definitely love to report on those and pass those along throughout the state.
Randy, you last week got to call the Benjamin Russell versus Oxford high school game. And Oxford's a pretty strong ball club. Talk about some of the players on that squad and what you saw out of them.
Well, two that I would mention, and first off, they got a great defense, a wonderful defense that is a physical unit. I'll tell you what many of our fans said about Oxford is the speed. That's the first thing that they said is the speed and the intensity that they come after you once that speed's portrayed out there. But the couple of things that I'm really impressed with, first off, last year I thought they had one of the better offensive lines in the state of Alabama, and I feel equally as confident about that statement this year. I think Clay Webb is a special talent here in the state of Alabama. He plays left tackle for them, listed at 6'4", 300, tremendous wrestler, and that's one thing that I mention on our broadcast all the time. If I see a top-notch offensive lineman that is also a big-time wrestler here in the state of Alabama, or any other state for that regard, I know they're an athlete. I know that they can move. They've got agility. I remember one that we had here at Benjamin Russell that won several state championships was Daniel Bland. Daniel wasn't blessed with 6'4", 300-pound size, but nonetheless, he had all of the other intangibles that you need to be a special offensive lineman. Clay Webb has that. You know, once he gets on you and once he gets those legs driving, you're going wherever he wishes to push you. And they got a running back there in the backfield. Last name's Lindsey. Maybe 5'7", 5'8", weighs about 160 pounds, and he can make plays and he can churn out yards each and every Friday night. So in Class 6A, watch out from that northern part of the state. Oxford High School is going to be one to deal with.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. They're ranked very highly right now, and as you said, they've certainly got a lot of talent. And we just had Kamarri Darrington on the program as well from the Montgomery Advertiser, and he and I were talking about something you and I have discussed for what seems like a decade, and that's when is Montgomery going to have their resurgence in football? Well, it seems like it's here now.
Well, it is. It's here now, and inner city schools there in Montgomery have bought back into football. I think there are some other extenuating circumstances that are causing many of those players to stay at home and stay put and play for these programs and get them back into the forefront and the talk here in the state of Alabama. You know, you had Brandon Dean on a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about the excitement around that community, not only with what you're seeing from Sidney Lanier this year and from Robert E. Lee, but other programs. And for a long time, it was Carver. And if it wasn't for Carver, you didn't really talk about any of those bigger schools there in the city of Montgomery when it came to football. Now, other sports, they've been uber competitive and have remained uber competitive in those. But football, it's really a resurgence. It's a great thing for the state of Alabama. Luke, you're a recruitnik, and we talk about Mobile area. But the one area that churns out one prospect after another year in and year out that maybe we let get away from our talking as much is that Montgomery area. Just loaded with talent and top-end talent, and both of our big programs here in the state of Alabama are taking advantage of that.
Well, Randy, thank you so much for being with us today. We really do appreciate your time and appreciate all you do for the AHSAA Radio Network.
Thank you, Luke. Look forward to tuning in this Friday night, and good luck to everybody out there. Please pass along those stories to us, and we'd love to report on them.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it, buddy. That was Randy Lee, of course, with the AHSAA Radio Network. He's with R&B Media. He's with Lee Apparel. He's with Sports Blitz. He's with just about any company you can think of. He's a very, very busy man, and we appreciate the little time he has to give to us here at the Inside the AHSAA. We're going to be back in just a minute to wrap the show up.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com, 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
No, wrong! Bring it in, guys! Take a knee! Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste?
Coca-Cola!
And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who?
Coca-Cola!
How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it?
Yeah!
At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola!
Take a lap! Coke Zero! Real Coke taste!
0 calorie!
June will mark 10 years of providing quality t-shirts, athletic uniforms, and promotional products for Lee Apparel. Our success is due in large part to the customers we serve in the Lake Martin community and the great state of Alabama. Our hopes are for many more years of success and growth. Contact Lee Apparel today at 256-825-0197 or on the web at leeapparel.com.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
Where there's action, there's Encore. Professional. Responsive. Dedicated. Encore. Rehabilitation.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
Hunter Price is Coosa County's Alpha Insurance agent and has the knowledge to help you with all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. With Hunter and Alpha Insurance, you have a team of professionals to access your needs, save money, and give you the personal one-on-one service in your time of need. Visit our main branch in downtown Rockford or call us at 256-377-4955 for all your insurance needs.
Call Alpha.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Inside the AHSAA. Thank you so much for being with us. I know that you are very interested in all things going on with the AHSAA, and there are so many fun things each and every week, and it's been my pleasure to be up here and talk to some of these folks, and hopefully we get you guys informed out there about what's going on with the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Thank you so much again for being with us, and we'll catch you next week.